Hi guys, welcome to Module 4, and so we will of course be doing our third essay on marginalization. You've completed 2 essays. I'm so excited, and everybody's moving along quite nicely, so I'm very happy about that. Now, for this essay, it will be due noon, November 6th. Remember, this module is a month long, so you have plenty of time to do all the work I require of you, to do well on your assignments, to take your time, to go through properly the writing process. So do so, okay? I'll go ahead and go through this prompt with you. According to online Merriam-Webster Dictionary, marginalization is defined as to keep or put someone in a powerless or unimportant position in society or a group. And I also defined on your Blackboard module disenfranchisement, which essentially means the same thing, to withhold something from someone, a group. Another word for social marginalization is social exclusion. And Wikipedia explains that social exclusion is a process in which individuals or entire communities of people are systematically blocked from or denied access to various rights, opportunities, and resources. And according to Wikipedia, social exclusion or social marginalization typically occurs on these premises, based on a person's social status, race, skin color, religion, gender, lifestyles, educational status, childhood relationships, living standards, disabilities, minorities, LGBT people, and drug users, elderly. And so those, of course, aren't relegated to the entire groups that feel marginalized, but those are just a few to be thinking about. Though there are plenty more, I want you to designate a particular marginalized community that you want to explore and ultimately argue that they are indeed marginalized because of these unfair practices. You've read 5 articles for me now regarding the various types of groups who claim or scholars who believe these groups are marginalized. So don't just think in terms of the groups that you've read about. Think about groups whom you've observed socially that are denied rights like everybody else. In addition, for this essay, you'll want to acknowledge a counter argument as well. We just read about this in chapter 6. So you're going to want to also do that. And right before your conclusion, you're going to want to plug that in. Now, the requirements for this essay, MLA format, of course, a works cited page, and you've seen plenty of examples in the last couple chapters of how to integrate sources, synthesize sources into your essay. Use at least 3 credible sources. Now, next module, we'll be looking at how to use a library database. And so right now, I want you to evaluate the different sources that you think are viable for this research essay. You can use the library database, absolutely. Use the articles, scholarly articles on the library database. I encourage you to do so, in fact, though I won't show you how to do it until next module. But we went through the exercise with martinlutherking.org, and you see how all the information on the internet is not necessarily credible, viable, reliable resources. And so this exercise, I want you to find 3 sources that you deem credible enough to validate and support your study, okay? Proper in-text direct and indirect citations. So I want you to use signal phrases and attribution tags. It needs to be 4 or 5 pages long, and I want you to avoid entirely using I statements. I think, I believe, I feel, and second person you statements. So talking to the reader as if he or she is you. All right, you're allowed only to write this research essay in an academic, objective way, which means to use third person. So the reader, the group, he or she, and that kind of language I want you to start talking in, okay? Again, as you cite this information, use your Lisa Eid, the academic writer, and be sure to look at the MLA guidelines in the green portion in the middle of your book, okay? They're found on pages 337 again, all the way to, it looks like, 375. So be sure you use that. Of course, ask me any questions you might have regarding this. And you can simply get online and see how to MLA cite properly a website with an author, or a website without an author, or an article from a website, or something along that lines. But the key to this exercise is I want you to start practicing using a critical lens when you look at sources. So I want you to find your 3 sources, and I want you to tell me whether they are good sources or not. Okay? And finally, I've also posted an outline. I encourage you, of course, as always, to use the outline. It's a beautiful outline, and it shows you exactly what I'm looking for, and it helps you stay on point. So I encourage you to use that outline and be sure to fill it out. Brainstorm, of course. Fill it out before you begin drafting, and that will help you articulate your reasons, articulate your evidence, articulate your analysis, and bring the entire study together. As is with all the other essays and the entire process of this course, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay, guys, good luck, and I look forward to reading your essays on marginalization.